Did you know that by throwing it away, you're discarding one of the most powerful natural remedies for your circulation? Stop right now. Don't do that. You've just enjoyed the pulp, but that hard sphere left in your hand isn't trash. That's the avocado pit, where about 70% of the fruit's strongest antioxidants are concentrated. Pay attention because this is essential for every man over 50. As time passes, blood tends to get thicker and stickier, almost like mud, due to cholesterol buildup. When blood becomes too dense, it loses the strength to reach the pelvic region and can't oxygenate the muscles properly. That's why constant fatigue sets in, and that's why the body no longer responds like it used to during intimate moments. The ancient Mayans already knew the secret and used this seed as a true bloodstone to help clean clogged arteries. But before I show you how to prepare it, do a quick test right now. When you wake up or after sitting for a long time, do you feel tingling or numbness in your hands and feet? Do you get out of breath climbing stairs? These are cries for help from your congested arteries. Be honest with me and write yes or no in the comments. If your answer is yes, what I'm about to explain is urgent for you. And why did we choose exactly this combination and not another to rescue male vitality? This isn't a coincidence, it's biological engineering applied directly to your body. To understand why this infusion works where so many other methods fail, we need to look inside your own vital pipelines and attack the root of the problem. Let's start with the unlikely protagonist, the avocado seed. Modern nutrition has confirmed something our grandmothers already suspected. This seed concentrates an impressive amount of antioxidants, especially compounds called flavonoids, more than almost any other known fruit. Imagine your arteries like old pipes. Over the years, especially after 50, these pipes accumulate hard plaques of fat and calcium, becoming narrow and rigid. The avocado seed acts in your body like a powerful metal brush. Its bioactive compounds fight fat oxidation, helping to soften that rigidity and clean the arterial walls. It prepares the ground by removing the residues that block the passage, but cleaning the path is only half the equation for health. That's where our second indispensable ally comes in, ginger. If the seed cleans, ginger pressurizes. This spicy rhizome is rich in gingerols, active oils with an immediate thermogenic effect. Think about the difference between trying to push cold honey versus warm water through a narrow tube. The blood of a sedentary man is usually thick. Ginger warms the system and acts as a natural blood thinner, reducing its viscosity so it flows faster without overburdening the heart. The key point here is the strength of synergy. Using just avocado cleans the path, but the flow remains too slow to generate a firm response. Using only ginger speeds up the blood, but it hits dirty and blocked walls. When you combine the two, you create the ideal hydraulic scenario. The seed removes calcified blockages, and ginger pushes the flow with new power. This partnership is the most effective way to reopen the secondary pathways leading to the pelvic region that have been congested for years, allowing vital energy to circulate freely again. Did you know that the difference between preparing a powerful remedy and creating something that becomes poison for your digestion might just be in the way you cook it? Before rushing to the kitchen for an avocado, I need you to stop for a moment and pay close attention. I've seen too many men make three serious mistakes with this seed. Mistakes that not only destroy the benefits, but can also send you straight to the emergency room or the dentist's chair. The first mistake is haste, trying to consume the seed raw. Some people read online that raw is better and decide to bite it or blend it straight from the fruit. That's crazy. The avocado seed is hard as a rock. If you try to chew it, you're most likely to end up with a cracked tooth and an expensive bill. But the bigger danger isn't even that. The real risk is chemical. When raw, this seed is loaded with concentrated tannins. Tannins are very astringent and bitter substances. Consumed that way, they can dry out the intestinal mucosa and cause severe, painful constipation that's hard to resolve. And there's more. Your body can't process that woody fiber without preparation. Instead of helping, it can hinder and cause a blockage, not a cleanse. The second mistake is laziness, boiling the whole seed. Many men toss the entire thing into water, let it bubble, wait 10 minutes, thinking the heat will work magic. But it doesn't. The seed is too dense and compact. Hot water touches the outside, but the important antioxidants and essential oils stay trapped in the center. In the end, you'll drink lightly colored hot water, what I call dirty water, with almost no real properties. To extract what's valuable, we need to increase the contact area. And that requires a specific preparation that I'll show you shortly. The third mistake, and perhaps the most dangerous for the kidneys, is the forbidden mixture, combining it with milk. Never, under any circumstances, mix avocado seed tea with cow's milk, whether in a smoothie or as a hot drink. Here, chemistry matters. Milk has a protein called casein. When casein meets the seed's tannins, an almost immediate reaction happens. They combine and form solid precipitates. Imagine little stones forming in your stomach. Over time, this habit can greatly increase the risk of kidney stones, the famous stones in the kidneys. This is a preparation that must be respected and taken pure as a clean infusion. So if you can't eat it raw, boiling it whole doesn't help, and you can't mix it with dairy. What's the right way to unlock the power of this seed without risks? There's a safe ritual, a precise step-by-step that turns this hard wood into an elixir that's easier to absorb and that your arteries will thank you for. Let's do it together the right way. Did you know that inside this rock-hard seed there might be a ruby-toned liquid capable of helping clear the path in your arteries? But only if you know the exact secret to release it. So, welcome to my lab, which today is your kitchen. We're going to do a kind of culinary alchemy, transforming what seems like organic trash into what I call dragon's blood tea. Pay attention to the details because the remedy is in the method. Step 1, prepare the raw material. Take the avocado seed you've just saved. You'll notice it's slippery, covered by a natural, somewhat viscous film. Wash it well under the tap with warm water and dry it with a clean cloth. Now observe that thin brown skin enveloping the seed, like onion skin or dry paper. It needs to be removed. With a small knife, scrape or pull off that layer carefully. It comes off easily. What we want is the seed exposed, with that light color between white and cream. That dark skin can make the infusion unnecessarily bitter, so it's best to discard it for a cleaner, smoother flavor. Step 2, fragmentation. This is the most important point in the whole process and where most people go wrong. Don't try to cut the seed with a large knife on a cutting board. It's hard, round, and could slip, putting your fingers at risk. The safest and most efficient way is to use a kitchen grater, the same one you use for cheese or carrots. Hold the seed firmly and start grating it on the coarsest side. Pay attention to the sound of the wood giving way. Now, observe something curious that will happen right before your eyes. Although the seed is light inside, seconds after grating, the shavings start to change color. They go from a light cream to an intense orange and then to a reddish tone, almost brick-colored. Don't be alarmed, this is a great sign. It's the natural oxidation of polyphenols upon contact with air oxygen. It shows the seed is active and alive. For one person, about half of a medium seed. In the end, you'll have a small pile of reddish shavings, like fine sawdust. Step 3. Decoction with heat. Now, these shavings go on the fire. Take a small pot and add exactly 500 ml of filtered water. Put it on the stove. Before the water starts boiling, add all the grated seed to the pot. This is when our second component comes in, ginger. Take a piece of fresh ginger, wash it well, and cut 3 thin slices. No need to peel, but it's important to give them light taps with the knife handle to release the juices. Add everything to the pot. When the water starts boiling, lower the heat to minimum, cover, and let it simmer slowly for 10 to 15 minutes. During this time, you'll notice an impressive transformation. The clear water becomes a dense liquid with a deep red wine or reddish-brown color. The aroma will spread through the kitchen. Earthy, warm, and slightly spicy. After 15 minutes, turn off the heat and let the mixture rest for another 5 minutes, still covered. Then strain the liquid to remove the seed shavings and ginger. What's left in your cup is a strong drink, loaded with tradition and knowledge. But attention, despite its powerful appearance, one detail is still missing to maximize the absorption of this preparation. Do you think this dark, dense infusion is ready to be consumed? The answer is no. If you drink it now, you'll be letting a good part of its potential escape. What you have is a rough diamond. It still needs polishing to reveal everything it can offer. One last element is missing, an acidic component that acts like a key, opening the doors of your cells for better absorption. For this final step, look in the fridge for a fresh lemon. But before cutting it, I want to propose a small mental exercise, almost a challenge to your intuition. I'm going to add the juice of this lemon to the dark-colored infusion in the pot. What do you think will happen to the liquid's color the exact moment the acid touches the drink? What do you think will happen now? Do you imagine the liquid will turn dark blue or maybe lighten to yellow like the lemon itself? Or will it transform into a vivid, almost electric pink? Come on, don't be shy. Pause this video in your head for a second and write your prediction in the comments. Right now. Will it be blue, yellow, or pink? Write the color your instinct tells you. I love reading the answers and seeing how many of you have a chemist's spirit inside. Decided? Great. So let's see the transformation happen. I'll take half a lemon and squeeze it directly into the still hot cup. 1 drop, 2. Now a good squirt, observe carefully. See? This is an immediate and impressive chemical reaction. That dark, opaque liquid just turned into a vibrant pink or an intense ruby red. If you bet on pink or red, congratulations, you got it right. But this isn't a visual trick to distract you. This is pure science working in your favor. The pigments in the avocado seed are pH sensitive. When the lemon's acid contacts the infusion, it not only changes the color, but also stabilizes the antioxidants. Here's the key point. The lemon's vitamin C acts as a protective shield. Without it, these delicate avocado compounds could be destroyed by your stomach's strong acids before even reaching the bloodstream. By adding the lemon, you protect these nutrients and, according to various studies on phytonutrient absorption, increase the bioavailability of this drink by up to 5 times. 5 times more effect with just half a lemon. And there's another benefit, the flavor changes completely. That seed bitterness disappears, giving way to a light, refreshing citrus infusion that's much more pleasant. Now, my friend, you truly have in your hands the real dragon's blood tea. But drinking it is only half the journey. For all this power to reach where it matters most, in the pelvic region, we need to direct the flow with a very specific physical movement. Have you ever wondered why, even taking vitamins and eating well, it seems like the energy doesn't reach that part of the body when you need it most? The answer isn't in your head, it's in your legs, more precisely at the point where the legs meet the trunk. Imagine you've just cleaned a pipe with this powerful tea, but someone is stepping on the hose right at the outlet. That's exactly what happens in the modern man's body. We spend too many hours sitting, at work, in the car, on the couch. This 90-degree position creates constant compression in the groin area. That's where the femoral artery passes, the major pathway that carries blood to the legs, and, of course, to the reproductive system. If that area is tense and blocked, the antioxidant rich blood you've just drunk gets stuck in the abdomen without passing through. To release this passage, we don't need surgery, we need vibration. Let's use an ancient percussion technique known as inner thigh stimulation. Starting position. Sit on the edge of a firm chair. Don't lean back, keep your spine straight. Now spread your legs wider than shoulder width. We need to expose the inner thigh, that soft region from the knee to the groin. That's our target. Now prepare your hands. Palms open, fingers together, forming a slight cup. Then start gently striking the skin of the inner thigh. I don't want light touches. Here, we need impact. The sound should be clear, strong, and dry, like a well-clapped palm. The movement also has the right direction. Start at the knee and go up toward the groin. And there's a reason for this. We're stimulating venous return and pushing lymph toward the groin nodes, helping to unclog and clean that area. Now the repetition. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. You'll do 36 strikes on each leg. Keep a steady rhythm. Feel the vibration passing through the fat layer and reaching the muscle. When you do this, you're sending a real shock wave to the artery walls. This vibration forces the endothelium to release nitric oxide, a natural gas that dilates blood vessels almost immediately. You're awakening dormant nerves. You're telling the brain, down here, we need blood, and we need it now. After finishing the 36 strikes on each leg, stop. Stay seated and close your eyes for a few seconds. Do you feel that lightly burning warmth running through your thighs? Do you feel an electric tingling rising up your legs to the pelvic region? That's a sign it worked. You've just lifted the gate. The path is clear. Now let this renewed blood do the repair work over the next weeks. And be honest, how long do you think the body takes to get rid of decades of accumulated fat and oxidation inside the arteries? We live in an era of haste, seeking a miracle pill to fix 20 years of bad habits in 20 minutes. But the human body is a biological masterpiece, and every masterpiece needs time to be restored. If you're consistent with this tea and the physical movements, here's the script of what tends to happen in your body over the next weeks. Week 1, decompression phase. In the first 7 days, the clearest change doesn't appear in the mirror, but in how you feel when moving. That annoying tingling or numbness in your hands and feet upon waking starts to decrease. Many describe a feeling of lightness, as if they've removed a weight from their shoulders. This happens because the seed's flavonoids help reduce overall tissue inflammation. The body feels looser with less stiffness right in the morning. Week 3, thermal balance phase. Around day 21, something curious starts happening with body temperature. If your hands and feet were always cold before, now you start feeling them warm, even without gloves or thick socks. This is a clear sign that microcirculation in the extremities is being restored. Plus, if you monitor your blood pressure, it's common to see more stable numbers. With cleaner channels, the heart doesn't need to work as hard to deliver blood throughout the body, reducing the overload on this vital engine. Week 6, hydraulic reactivation phase. Here, discipline shows its value. After about a month and a half, physical endurance changes evidently. Climbing stairs or walking longer distances stops being an extreme effort. And in intimacy, the surprise is usually positive. With a cleaner vascular system without blockages, the body's response happens much faster. That firmness that seemed like a thing of the past starts returning naturally, because the internal hydraulics are finally working without leaks or obstructions. Still, my commitment is to your safety. Although it's a natural method, it's quite potent and not suitable for all men. There are two important contraindications you need to pay close attention to. First, kidney health. Avocado seed is naturally rich in potassium. If you have chronic kidney failure or your kidneys have trouble filtering minerals, excess potassium can pose a risk. In that case, the right thing is to talk to your nephrologist before using this preparation. Second, and extremely important, use of anticoagulant medications. If you're on treatment with blood-thinning drugs like warfarin, extra caution is needed. Both ginger and avocado have natural anticoagulant effects. Combining them with this type of medication can make the blood too thin, increasing the risk of bleeding. If you're not in these risk groups, then you can proceed with peace of mind. But don't leave yet, because to close this health cycle, one last step is missing. A final power movement to seal these benefits directly in the muscles. Do you think it all ends when you put the empty cup on the table? If you sit down now, much of that energy will doze off in your stomach. We need one last strategic push to drive this renewed blood to the right destination, overcoming gravity. Stand up from the chair now. Let's do the exercise I consider the true king of pelvic health, the squat. No weights or gym needed, just your body. Spread your feet shoulder width apart, keep your spine straight, and lower your hips as if sitting on an invisible chair. Do 20 repetitions, 1, 2, 3. As you go down and up, visualize what's happening inside. The body's largest muscles, thighs and glutes, act like giant hydraulic pumps. They force that blood rich in antioxidants, ginger, and lemon to intensely flood the pelvic region and reproductive organs. Today, we've traveled a powerful path together. We rescued a seed that many treat as trash. We learned why we should never consume it raw. We improved its absorption with lemon's vitamin C and unblocked the arteries with physical stimulation. You now have a complete vascular restoration protocol in your hands. My friend, listen carefully. Don't let accumulated residues in your arteries steal your joy, your energy, and your intimate connection. The avocado seed is simple, cheap, and present in any kitchen. But recovering your health, confidence, and virility, that's priceless. If this knowledge made sense to you and brought value, I ask something simple. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications now. This is important because next week I'll reveal an extremely cheap and common vegetable that, according to science, helps raise testosterone in a completely natural way. I'm sure it's already in your fridge and you have no idea how to use it correctly. Don't miss the next content. I'm Dr. Miguel Amorim. Remember, your body is the only place you have to live. Take care of it intelligently. Until next time.